everybody, and welcome to the Friday afternoon live stream like we typically do here. If you guys want to continue to follow us and follow us on more of our Friday afternoon live streams, we stream, guess what, every Friday afternoon. And coming up next week, we also have a few more streams kind of sprinkled in as extras. Chris just gave me the thumbs up over on the audio. So, my name is Connor. Over there on my right is Andrew.
Hello.
And behind the camera we have Chris. This is a little bit of a special build for us today, as this is our version 2.0 of the live streaming that rig that you guys are watching us on. It's kind of a, what is it, like picture-in-picture? Not, it's kind of like a, I forgot
what? A revision?
No. Anyway, we'll move on from that, because I can't
that.
think of the word. I will remember it.
Anyway.
But I can't think of it as of right now. But anyway, we are going to be building this system. It's going to be a little bit different than our normal kinds of systems, as, again, you guys are watching us on our current live streaming rig. So we're going to basically build this on a box test setup. Once we get it booted, make sure that it actually boots into a BIOS, kicks in and everything, hopefully. Then we'll end the live stream there. We will then basically take our case and what you guys do.
Go, keep going.
You messed me up.
He switched to me playing with a screwdriver.
But anyway, we will take the existing streaming computer and transfer the parts over that we are going to be transferring on over, and get this all set up and ready for next Tuesday, where we have another live stream being... Which one is that one?
Another computer. Anyway.
We have too many computers.
Follow our
social
social media to find out.
Yeah, there you go. All right, so we are going to go ahead and jump on into that. But first, I will give this preface again like we have normally been. We are in July now of 2020, almost August. Is it August yet?
Tomorrow's August.
Tomorrow's August. So we are at the end of July 2020. We are still under some restrictions of the thing that shall not be named, because we don't want to get demonetized, even though we're not monetized. But so Andrew is sitting over there to my right. He is about 8 to 10 feet away from me.
They can see me on your camera.
Can they?
You're really zoomed out.
Oh, I forgot to zoom it in. Oops. Oh, well.
Yeah.
So Andrew is on over there. We're going to be trying to limit kind of the things that get passed back and forth between us. And we are going to go ahead and jump on into it. Andrew, if you want to start listing the parts, I will then show them off in a very nice way.
Yep. Okay. So, the heart of our system today is the AMD Ryzen Threadripper 3960X, which was graciously sent to us by AMD for use in this internal system. So, he's doing a Vanna White over there. So this is a
resale.
This is an AMD sample, just for us. This is a 3960X. That is a 24-core, 48-thread workstation CPU. That is a 3.8 gigahertz base clock, and it will single core boost to 4.5 gigahertz. Now you may be able to get that all core if you overclock and have liquid nitrogen handy, but we don't.
Yeah.
And that will be slotted into the Aorus Pro Wi-Fi TRX40 from Gigabyte Aorus.
That's actually really heavy.
It's a heavy board. There's lots of copper on there. There's big hefty VRMs, because this chip has a 280 watt TDP out of the box.
Big old boy.
And lots of slots for RAM and PCIe and all that good stuff. Let's see, what should go next? Memory. I believe we have 32 gigs? 32 gigs of T-Force. 3200 DDR4 CL16, I believe. Just good memory. It's memory. It holds things. That's pretty much it.
You can tell. It's been a long week if you can't tell.
And that's what it does. It holds things.
It does hold things.
Our chip will also be cooled by a Noctua, what is the model? U14S.
It is a U14S TR4 SP3.
Okay, Noctua, we need to talk about the branding here, but anyway.
Big. Yeah, when we first opened this, and I kid you not, this entire box is the cooler. Like,
it's a big tower cooler.
Is the entire
Is that a
cooler.
140? That looks bigger.
I think it's actually, I think it is
it's
a
not
140,
a
but it's got mounting holes for 120. This is the entire cooler.
Do we have a 140?
It's massive. We do have a 120 that we can compare it with.
Yeah.
I can go grab it once we get through this.
One right here. fan. But yeah, that's just a big big stocky heatsink. Is that a word I can use? Stocky?
Stocky works.
I guess. It's got some big, like 8mm heat pipes in it, so carry that 280 watts away from the chip. Let's see, we got some additional Chromax fans I'll be going in to cool the heatsink incidentally with case airflow.
Actually, this is a Chromax, but
yeah, also Chromax. Let's see, let's go to drive next. So this is our AOS NVMe Gen 4 SSD, it's a 500 gig. So it'll take advantage of the Threadripper and 3rd Gen Ryzen Gen 4 support with this board. Very fast transfer speeds. And then we also have a GeForce RTX 2060 for our graphics. This will mainly just be like
RTX voice.
RTX
That's
voice,
actually one of the only reasons why we got a RTX card from our 1660 Ti.
Also, we'll probably just do stream encoding with it if we can.
Yep,
hopefully.
A little bit more stream encoding and
just take some load off CPU, not that it needs the help.
No.
And
but that also being said, we are going to, in the future, upgrade our cameras and things to hopefully try to take advantage of this phenomenal hardware.
Yep. And last two components are, this isn't really the power supply we're going to be using, this is just a stand-in. We'll be reusing the case and power supply from the existing stream system that is working right now, so we can't give them up. But yeah, that's all the components, I think.
So we're going to go ahead and jump on into this.
Yeah.
I don't know, power supply, I guess. Yeah. This is going to be a very interesting kind of stream because we don't have a case.
Yeah, we're not finishing the build. We're basically just bench testing it.
We're just basically bench testing it, yeah.
So for anyone who may not be as familiar with computer building, it's always a good idea to test your components first outside of the case before you mount them, in case anything is dead on arrival or you have incompatibilities, you need a BIOS flash, whatever.
Which we had not too long ago, actually.
Yeah, this is a do as we say, not as we do moment.
Yeah.
Because we don't normally do this, and it bites us in the butt sometimes.
Every once in a while. But typically we're experienced enough to easily diagnose the problem inside of the case.
That's a strong claim.
Hey, we can do it a little bit better than most.
Yeah,
than the average consumer.
Really, you're just rolling things out one by one, process eliminate cost.
This is a large chunk board.
Are each of those RAM slots reinforced with metal?
Yes.
Oh jeez.
Every PCIe bracket is also reinforced with metal.
Gigabyte's like, you know what? This is gonna be an expensive motherboard. We're gonna really.
Does that M.2 have a heatsink on it?
It has to. Yes. It's a Gen 4.
Shoot. So you can't use the integrated heatsink in the boards then?
Probably not. I mean, just take it off.
Yeah.
Sometimes there's a mount on the back. Check that.
I don't think there is on this.
But I don't think it'd be compatible with our case.
No.
Okay. That's fine.
Nope. Also, make sure you peel the little peely doos, please. I'm not going to harp on that. Oh, there's a fan in here. Yeah. That's actually cool, but it's like underneath the little...
Yeah, this chipset definitely needs it.
Yeah, of any chipset, this would be the one that I would say, hey,
even more than X570. Way more. Because I believe... I'm going to pull up the spec sheet for the Threadripper.
Can you toss the M.2 in the middle? Sorry.
Oh, yeah. If this is the M.2, I think it is, it has the full copper block on it, or heatsink on it.
Let's see. Yep.
Oh, yeah.
That looks...
Oh, that's why you want... Yeah, they're heavy. That's why you want to
heavy.
use this heatsink.
That's a... Oh, there's a little peely do.
I'm going to double check.
Make sure you peel your little peely doos. Especially...
Yeah, so if you're doing something similar to this build, you definitely want to use the heatsink that comes on the NVMe drive.
So
because
actually, we have an extra. So this is a fun little comparison. This is a typical SATA SSD, which weighs absolutely nothing. I mean, it literally is the weight of the plastic that holds it together.
Yeah.
This is a 256 gig HP M.2. I'm just going to open it on up as size comparison to see how big this actual heatsink is. This is the extra one that we've been sitting around. Or not sitting around, but it's been here.
Also, what CPU power am I looking at on the board?
Only an 8 and 4.
8 and 4? Okay.
8 and 4.
I mean, an 8 pin's good for 300 watts, so that makes sense.
Right.
But
so we have little gum stick SSD, weighs basically nothing.
A few grams.
This is the same size SSD, just excessively larger and chunkier with the heatsink. So the PCB and the actual memory chips on the Well, actually, I bet you the memory chips are probably
Pretty
double-sided.
Yeah, probably. No, no,
maybe not.
no. So it's only 500 gig.
Maybe not. True. But this is basically just heatsink because this is a Gen 4 SSD, which means it is much faster than this old Gen 3.
The controller outputs a lot more heat.
And
basically the synopsis.
Yep. Puts out exceptionally more heat, and thus is why your SSD has a cooling on it. That's why, like Gen 3, they introduced a lot of like water blocks for M.2s, and I always thought that was like the dumbest thing ever.
Yeah, it doesn't really benefit Gen 3.
But now I see Gen 4, and I was like, okay, I kind of see where this is coming from.
Imagine if they put like a 10mm fan on that thing.
I mean, it'd be, yeah. I mean, the noise would be absolutely just atrocious.
Back in like the late DDR3 days, EK made water blocks for RAM that just kind of sat over a bank of RAM.
I remember that. We tried to use one. Chris, you'll remember this. We tried to use one of the basic RAM EK RAM coolers on Edward's computer.
They were not great.
Remember that?
Yeah.
When he first came in, Edward wanted that.
I know she said tried to use it.
Well, because we had to use Dominator, or we were using Dominator,
Yeah,
so we'd have to pry the heat sinks off to then put the other heat sinks on.
And we didn't feel like to do that on the first one. We did it on number 2, but then we water cooled the rest.
Yep. And well, one reason for memory, at least you don't see that anymore, is each generation, so DDR2 to DDR3, DDR4, actually uses less voltage than the previous one, so it usually gets less hot.
Perfect. See, no, I could put this on here. I just attach it with a thermal pad.
Yeah, don't do that. Just leave
we're
that
gonna
open,
leave
let
this
the air
off.
blow over it.
Yeah, the heat sink is obviously designed to have airflow. What else is in the box, actually? Now I'm kind of curious.
Probably maybe a thermal pad, maybe. I don't know.
No, just the
They probably don't want
warranty.
you to take it off.
Basically the warranty of...
Pry a RAM chip off.
Yeah.
Or not RAM. NAND flash.
NAND flash.
I actually don't know what kind of flash is on that. I mean, I guess that's
To
all
be honest, I'm
power
really
supply
kind of stalling for this cooler. Or this CPU.
Yeah, you're gonna...
Because if you guys haven't seen it, it's a very weird mounting mechanism. And as you can probably see, there's a very strange thing here.
Yeah.
It actually comes with a special screwdriver that basically clicks and torques at the
wrench.
Specific torque that you need to screw them in.
You physically, if you use the stock included torque wrench, you cannot over tighten the socket. It doesn't use a normal retention lever like Intel or AMD might use on their consumer. You're literally just torquing it into the socket, and the reason is it's a big land grid array socket, so you have to have exactly even pressure and the right amount across the whole entire socket on every pin, or else there's a good chance it won't post.
Yes, and this is, as you can probably see, quad channel. So it actually runs 4 sticks. This is the correct spacing. It says on the motherboard.
Okay,
I was going to ask that because I was like, what's the right spacing for quad channel?
I kind of assumed you would look it up, so.
Yeah, it's on the board, luckily, but so this can take up to 8 sticks of RAM. What's the DDR4? What's the limit on this board for RAM?
8
Well, yeah, but how many gigs?
You probably
256.
256 gigs.
was that 32 gig DIMMs? I can't do math. That
Yes.
sounds about right. I'm gonna go with that.
I'm a run with that.
Go with the guy who runs the company. It might be able to.
Yeah, but I watch a
Alleged-
lot more.
no.
I watch a lot more. I watch a lot more hardware videos.
True.
Let's see, what else about this chip? Oh yeah, this, so the Threadripper 3960X has 128 megabytes of L3 cache, which for those of you who've been in computers a little while, that's probably more system memory than your first computer had.
True.
So, and that's on CPU cache. So that's kind of crazy.
Alright, let's do this.
So admittedly, earlier today, I watched a video on how to install these properly just out of paranoia in case something goes wrong.
Yeah. So what's cool is they include a sticker that is actually the size of the CPU.
Oh, I'm stealing that. That's mine.
So this is the special Torx wrench. So basically, actually can't even.
Yeah,
Wow,
it's
that's
I believe
a
it's
huge amount of.
It's a Torx number 20-bit, I think.
Please don't break our Twitter.
Well, I'm just trying to crack the tool, and then they also include a Asetek pump mount because basically there are at least of time of release. Well, this is 3rd gen, so when they originally released the 1st gen of Threadrippers, they didn't have the.
I'm not getting you on because I'm bored.
Yeah, that's fair. They didn't actually have like coolers designed for it. This one is specifically designed for it.
Yeah, although if you're going to use a normal Asetek cooler, chances are your cold plate is not big enough for this chip. Because you'll see in a few minutes when it's installed how big the IHS is on this thing, and a lot of that area is covered with chiplets under it. So like a normal like H100i wouldn't cool everything well.
All right.
Did you do the order it says on the plate?
I did.
Okay, good.
I did. So it's also really weird about this is it.
Wait, are you moving the? Okay, yeah. You pull it up by the blue tabs on the side.
You pull it. There.
Yeah.
I was like, there's a little bit
Yeah.
too much tension in this.
This is why I watched the video, and now that slides out
And then
of
this
the rails.
slides out, which is really kind of cool about this is, wow, that's a lot of pins.
Yeah.
This actually slots in on rails, rather than like the other AMD sockets that you just pop on in.
I'll say I'm more scared of the motherboard being hurt than the chip, since it's an LGA board.
There's a little thing that says unlock to push it. You push it up and then you pull it out.
I'm gonna carry my credit card around when that goes. You ever seen a crater in a motherboard, Chris?
And this is the insanely large Threadripper. What's kind of cool is you can kind of see on the back, it's literally just 2 processors just jammed together.
Pretty
more or
much.
less.
Yeah. It's so when it's in Windows, you'll see 2 NUMA nodes, which has to do with memory management. So basically, what that means is half your memory is assigned to the first node, and half of it's on the second, which can cause some latency issues if the second CPU
It actually looks really nice.
needs something that's on the RAM of the first CPU, but the Infinity Fabric and all that stuff is supposed to help with that. It's just kind of how this works when you get this many freaking cores in a
Yep.
CPU.
So here, listen. You can see tightening this down and then getting tight, getting tight, getting tight.
Are you doing the reverse order on them?
Yep. Close
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
I'm just
And then
checking.
it's tight now, and then you'll hear a click. So that is now the proper torques.
Yeah, even if you keep turning it, you're not doing anything.
Yeah, it'll actually just turn the tool itself rather than the.
Which it was super smart of them to do this system, honestly.
It actually
Because
is.
so Intel's HEDT platforms, where I don't even know what socket it is nowadays. The one with the 8180s, 8280s.
Yep.
They have a similar kind of socket to this, but their mounting mechanism is basically non-existent because they expect it to only be installed in server chassis, where it has like a custom cooling solution, all that stuff, and it's kind of a nightmare to get even pressure.
Threadripper is on in. I'm going to go ahead and toss the cooler on. The monster. I was going to say monstrosity, but it's actually not a monstrosity. It's
Make sure I would put thermal paste on
very
too.
nice engineering.
Did they pre-apply thermal paste?
No, they didn't.
Oh,
They just
darn.
they ribbed it so it's more strengthened.
I'm gonna keep my joke in
You
for
don't
now.
want to do the new fans now, or are you gonna wait?
For what?
The fan? What are we gonna put them
New
on?
light fans
What
for
do-
the cooler.
Oh, we're putting those on the cooler?
Yeah.
Oh,
This one comes with a 140.
I,
Okay.
Look in the box.
we can put them on there. I bet we can.
I don't know if we have.
You're gonna push pull it?
Are they 120s?
Those are 140s.
We don't have 140 mounting brackets. This is 120 holes.
No, it's got the same holes on here.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I thought you got these Chromaxes.
I got those too. No, those are two. Sorry.
Yeah.
Here, fan.
Thank you.
So we may not have the splitter to run.
Did that have to load noise adapter?
Oh, we do.
Okay.
We got like 20 of them here.
Do we want the black nubbins?
Yes,
Ooh,
please.
yes.
Okay.
Put the black
I was
nubbins.
gonna use blue or yellow. I'll use yellow. There we go. It'll look like Bumblebee. Why are you giving me?
You can go ahead and
Put the
do that.
nubbins on.
I need to try to figure out how to get this bracket off because it's underneath the fan.
Thanks.
Chris drops this bomb on us halfway through our stream.
Whoops.
By the way, surprise.
That Threadripper's so big.
It's kind of comical how big those chips are.
Chris, can you toss me the 3900X that's sitting over there? Yeah.
You mean our Athlon?
Yeah. Or the Athlon.
The Athlon's already open. You can see that.
Yeah, toss me the Athlon. I want to do a size comparison. It's sitting.
That's a riser.
Well, yeah. That one's fine.
It's the same socket.
It's the same socket. Here, I'll come up and grab it.
Processor.
The full send. Full send. So, I don't know. Hopefully you guys can see this. Probably. I don't know. They said it zoomed out. This is a Ryzen processor. This is the size.
That's the AIM4 socket.
Yep. Of the Threadripper next to the Ryzen processor. It is maybe, I don't know, a third of the size, if you will.
Do these numbers not like snap in well? It's just kind of like sitting.
I'm going to go set this back over here. Listen. Our test. So we have a few random CPUs sitting around for older motherboards in case we got to flash the BIOSes and things to that effect, and we have to use the older chipset.
Yep.
That was one of them. That was an Athlon. A little basic.
These numbers kind of suck, honestly.
Really?
Yeah, they don't really like sit in the fan. Like they don't press in well. Maybe I'm doing it wrong. Maybe not.
Ah, wow. That is a big thermal base.
Oh, they gave you a big one.
Yeah. Oh, look at the new Nocto screwdriver. It's not Phillips.
Yeah, the hex.
Text.
Which makes sense because you're less likely to strip your thing.
True. Yeah, look at this. Look at this thermal base.
Yeah, you're probably gonna need it.
Yeah. Probably gonna need all of it, actually.
Yeah, it's better to put way too much on.
Kind
It'll
of clean
squish
up
out.
here a little bit.
Yeah, oh, it's an extension. It's not a load voice. Okay.
Yeah, that one's just an extension.
Yeah. I don't know why. Why did they just give it a longer cable? I guess it's meant. No, it's not meant for CPUs, really. Maybe it is.
Wow, you're right. These things don't actually.
Yeah, it's like. Also, we use them as decoration or anti-vibration. Not really sure.
Oh no, you didn't pull them all the way through.
Oh, they pull further.
Yep, they pull through, then they
Further?
clip on.
They pull further.
Yep.
So we use them as decoration or anti-vibration.
Anti-vibration.
Okay, so I need to put these on the other side of that one.
Okay. You can toss them over here, and then or toss them in the middle, and I'll grab them. And
Okay.
go ahead and pull them on through while you do
So that one's going to be the pull on the heatsink then, unless you already swapped it.
No, I have not.
Okay. So you use that one to pull, this one to be push.
Sounds good. So typically you can use the, like as you guys saw, the stock configuration of this pulls air in and then pushes it through. We're going to be actually doing what's called push-pull, which is exactly what the name implies. We're going to put one fan on the front that is going to be pulling or pushing air in, and then we're going to have one on the back that pulls the air through.
Yep.
Hence the name push-pull. This also, I am not setting this on the bare table. There's a little piece of plastic on the bottom here for those of you that are freaking out about that one. We are good. Do not worry. Now, I need to figure out how to get this mounting bracket back on here.
Did it give us a, yeah, it did give us a second mounting bracket, right, for fan?
Yep.
Okay, good. It's going to be really sad if we have to zip tie the fans on the Threadripper.
Yeah.
I
We're
will
not
do-
above that.
Yeah, no, we're not above that. I will do it, but I would be sad about it. There's your other one.
We will most definitely do it.
Now we have all these like play piece Lego looking fan things.
Well, here you go. Here's the other mounting brackets if you want to try that.
What? What is this?
You do them like this.
Looks funky. Okay.
So, yeah, they're a little...
So mine will be on the opposite side of that though.
Correct. They're a little weird. Nope, I am now wrong.
Yeah. Remember when you
I like how we read the instructions of this beforehand, like, oh, this is going to be easy, and then
I mean, I didn't read the heatsink fan.
I didn't read the heatsink fan.
I read like the CPU and things that matter. I think I said it. Right? It's gotta be it.
Yeah.
You just have to bend it a little bit.
There's no tension on this, which is weird. This
Well,
was
are
under...
there ridges on the side? for it to
Oh,
hold
I
on?
know what it is. Nope, so it actually goes underneath, like that.
Oh, that is weird. Okay. Wait, is that what I did?
Yep,
No,
and then it pulls and
that's not-
stretches. Yep, okay. Wow,
Is that
that's
what I did? I don't think it is.
kind of a weird mounting mechanism.
No, it's like this.
Yeah, I would just swap it and just be safe. And that's where the tension comes from.
So it goes
It's weird.
Okay, I see. Everyone learns that.
Everyone is learning.
It's kind of a dry run for our upcoming Threadripper build, which you guys can check out on our Facebook page.
Yep. Coming up.
Yeah. And that'll actually be 3970X. Probably 8 more cores than this one even. Basically like taking a 3800X and soldering on the top of this chip. That would totally
I gotta
work.
pull up the instructions here.
Oh no, you're giving in.
I'm giving in.
This is like IKEA, we don't use instructions.
Would be terrible putting together IKEA furniture.
I do it.
Really?
Yeah, my TV stand was not IKEA, it was like basically IKEA.
That's fair. Where did I toss the instructions for the manual? Where did I toss the manual?
For what? The CPU cooler? It's
Yeah.
under the motherboard bag. I walked through it, then you need it.
Motherboard bag.
Yeah, ESC bag. Right there on the ground. Right there.
Oh, it's hidden for me because of the reflection. I was like, what?
Are you sure that's how these clips go on?
No.
Okay. Because I just changed it and it doesn't feel right. So I'm gonna put it back the way I had it. Are you putting them on the inside or the outside? Try it. Try it on the like other side. You know what I mean?
Yep, that's exactly what the manual says.
Oh, yep.
Hey, we should probably read the manual.
I hate to say I told you so.
Yeah.
I figured it out properly. So
You
they
did.
go-
You figured out just at the last minute of like, hey, maybe this is the actual right way to do
So
it.
they go on the further side of the
Yeah.
fan from the heatsink.
Hey, look at that. They clipped right on it.
But did they go under the? Okay.
That's rough. Watch us struggle for fans of 20 minutes on this.
That's not right.
That's right.
Really?
Yep,
That's barely.
I know.
even-
It just clips in right here.
Oh,
Enter.
not to
It's just right there.
Oh, not to
I know. That's what that was throwing me off at first too. I was like, no, this isn't right.
This is almost as bad as that 212 Evo.
Yeah. You want to watch the Hyper 212 Evo?
No, you don't.
You really don't want
No
to,
one wants
but
to
if you want to, you can check it out on our last stream.
You can see me contemplate zip tying it on in real time.
And we are tossing a fan splitter on here because fan splitter makes life easier. And then look, this is what's awesome about Noctua, Andrew.
Yeah.
You can remove the extension cable and then just plug the extender directly into the fans.
True.
And then now you have very short cable management. Wow. No, where's the CPU fan up there? That's weird.
I'm almost done.
Hey Andrew,
Yeah.
you have to take the fans off to install CPU cooler.
Do you?
Yep.
I'm glad I noticed.
Just realized that. I just looked down. I was like, wow, I can't get to the screws. All right. There's 20 minutes of time just thrown away. But we're going to continue on with the
31 minutes.
31 minutes. Hey, it's fine. With the excessive amount of thermal paste that's about to be put on this. So normally you put just a grain of rice, and as Andrew has stated to me, you just do a big X, right?
Yeah. Not quite to the corners of the chip, but very darn close. AMD actually recommends, I think it's 5 dots in like a, I don't even know what pattern that is.
Oh yeah, you should see the
But,
thing.
But people have done testing and like, just use a bunch and they'll squeeze out the extra.
Yeah, like this.
Yeah.
Basically. Solid. That's a lot of thermal
Thank you,
paste.
Stephen Berg from Gamers Nexus. One day, someone's gonna tell him I called him out.
Ooh, that's so good looking. Very shiny. Much shine.
You okay?
It's directional.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yes.
It's his first time.
Hey. Well, I didn't know that the mounting bracket on the top holes are closer and the bottom ones are actually
Yeah.
further out. Did not know that.
How many heat pipes does that sucker have?
8.
Okay, so like 4 bent in half, basically.
Yep,
But yeah.
4 bent in half.
And those are big heat pipes.
There's 5.
1, 2, 3,
1,
4,
2,
5. I see
3,
6
4,
bent in half.
5, 6.
Yeah, 6.
Wow, I can't count.
And they're like 8. They're like
It's
8
been a
little
long
heat
week.
It actually has been.
It-
I can vouch.
Andrew can attest.
Connor and I are actually going to Bahama Breeze after this. Glenwood Avenue.
And still, same on this cooler as on all of the other coolers. You tighten everything down equally.
Sadly, it doesn't have the torque stop like the CPU, but
Nope, but it does have the big old springs down here that you can see, and those make sure that there is
yeah.
pretty equal tension.
Have
on
you ever
everything.
hard mounted a CPU cooler with no springs or anything?
Oh,
That's grody, dude.
oh, that sounds
Would not-
terrible.
Would not recommend. You feel like you're gonna crack the IHS.
And you don't actually have to crank these down
Nah, you just want contact.
astronomically crazy. That is a huge heatsink. And what is the TDP of this chip?
280 watts. I
200
said that in the intro.
You did?
I said it like twice.
You did?
I said it twice.
Come on, Connor.
Well, I was trying to do it as like
He
a,
never
hey,
listens to me.
This is a fun fact about this chip.
Yeah, you
but
just forgot.
I don't remember numbers.
And that's, by the way, that is default TDP. So even if you just give it some XMP or whatever, you're already flying past that.
I literally have to take out this RAM stick. So you cannot install a second fan
No?
with the RAM in here.
Mm.
That's a fun fact. That's an interesting fact.
So we can only have one fan?
Do what?
We can only have one? Or
No, we can have two. I'm just saying you can't have
You
two
installed
fans
that-
and
you
all the
installed the
RAM.
wrong one on that side.
Do what?
You installed the wrong one on that side. You're pulling the wrong way. That fan. It is pulling from IO.
You're right. I'm thinking about this board all wonky. Wow. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, just put this other fan on there.
Yeah. It's been a week. Hey Chris,
What?
you reach into that box, the big old box right there. There should be a little fan extender in there. That should be a short
I thought
one.
you put like 10 of them on the table.
No, those are fan splitters.
Oh.
There should be a fan extender in there.
What is wrong with the Noctua one they gave us?
They're super big.
Oh, okay.
Oh, there's a tiny one, but that's a low noise adapter. I
Yeah,
don't want it.
EK water box is 4-way.
No, there should be another. It should be in a little bag like this,
It's a 1-to-1, not a
and
splitter.
it's a 1-to-1. It's just a little extender.
That was terrible.
I wish you guys could see that. Oh. There we go. Actually,
Something else I just noticed, they have heat pipes on the VRM.
yep, it is small. Do they really?
Yeah, I see at least one right there.
Oh yeah, there is.
Well, when you're delivering 300 watts, you know.
Yeah, you
heat
gotta
pipe
put,
never hurt anyone.
So this is just a cable management kind of thing that we're doing, or I'm doing.
Yeah. As usual, I say here, Connor cable man.
As
What else
you-
can I talk about? Supports Windows 10. There you go. 64-bit only.
Really?
Yeah.
I guess
Well,
you can't do 32 on this.
32 OSs only support up to 3 gigabytes of RAM.
Fair.
That's why you don't run 32-bit anymore.
That is acceptable.
Yeah. Discrete graphics card required. There's no onboard graphics, but I hope if you're buying one of these, you buy a graphics card.
Yeah, I would.
I would really hope. This is actually the same TDP as the 3970X.
And see, I can get rid of this long cable, and then now I can just plug this directly in to the splitter. That's why I do love Noctua.
And it's still countable.
Well, this one is, but
Yeah.
that one's not. But anyway, now I can install the RAM back in, and we are basically going to drop in the graphics card and then do a test boot.
And plug it.
Plug in some power, and then, yeah. So
Let's just slide that.
I'm going to slide it on over to
Or just
Enter
carry.
while I kind of clean up this area. 'Cause, yeah, I'm kind of just moving things around.
Got a mess going on there.
We do have this going on here.
My turn to touch the expensive system.
Yeah.
Oh, that's oh yeah.
Oh yeah, there, bud.
Oh, we're about 2 millimeters away.
We can shift it up if need be.
No, yeah.
That was
We
the.
can also shift the graphics card down. One other thing I don't think I mentioned yet is that this CPU supports, off the chip, the CPU alone, 64 PCI Express 4.0 lanes. So normally you want your graphics card to have 16, even though it doesn't really need them for gaming. So you could hook up a lot of devices. Just making sure I'm not hitting that NVMe drive with the graphics card. Yeah, looks like we're good.
I'm just putting everything back together so then we can just put it on the wall.
I'm actually wondering, we might want to move this later, because it's just sitting over this NVMe drive.
Yeah.
It's going to block the airflow, but we'll do that later if we need.
Threadripper. Going up there. Fun little Threadripper.
Okay, and then I will plug in
What's interesting about this is it's literally just a basic bit. Like, you could
Yeah.
change out the bit to be whatever.
Yeah, I think it's like I said, number 20 right now.
Is it only a number 20?
I believe so. Yes. That's what I was told by YouTube. YouTube doesn't lie.
Well, that's what you're told by Steve.
No, I think it was another. There was a Hard Work Nuts. I think.
Oh. If you want to watch some of our old reviews that we did,
Oh.
you actually jump back onto the very beginning of the YouTube.
I was not responsible
Page.
for that. So
Yep.
I'm not here.
Chris is doing some,
It's like licensed fire truck videos.
right? Doing some reviews. If you are joining us on Facebook, welcome. We are streaming on YouTube and Facebook right now. So if you kind of see us referring to one or the other, that is why. If you're following us on YouTube, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, and then you'll get notified of, and actually hit the bell, and then you'll get notified of when we go live. Our next stream is next Tuesday. Then we have one on Thursday and Friday-ish, maybe. I don't know if those ones. We have one on Tuesday.
I think there's one Friday too.
Probably. Probably. Yes? Oakville. Yep. That one will be a fun one because that's again another new thing for us of a small system that's going to actually be designed to go on a seafaring vessel or boat, if you wish,
I think it's a yacht.
or yacht. What classifies that as?
It's over a certain length, I think.
He said yacht.
Yeah. Hey, you could have a dinghy with like a little
I mean,
bed
if
in
it's-
there, and you could be like, oh, a boat that sleeps someone right there.
I mean, like, and once you start getting over like 30 feet long, you're
Yeah.
gonna get into yacht territory.
That's fair.
Okay, so we have power plugged into this. I guess we'll just do it over
Do it on your side.
here. Yeah, since you installed the CPU, I'm taking the glory of
Yeah, go for
powering
it.
on. Power table.
So we're just going to be testing the to see the boot lights and to make sure that everything kind of kicks on, and the lights flickered a little bit. So if you guys drop out, that's because the TDP of this chip is exceptionally hot.
As soon as I find the
They're inside that little
Yeah, I see
block
it.
down there.
power switch.
Oh, we got fans.
Looking at okay, we're on DRAM.
Yeah,
Still on DRAM.
it's gonna take a while. To do.
Yeah.
I have heard that the Threadrippers take a very long
Well,
time.
it also has 4 memory channels,
Yep.
each of which is populated right now. Okay, the fans calm down. Oh, VGA CPU back to DRAM, so it's boot looping for DRAM trading. It has 8 SATA ports, as if anyone uses SATA hard drives anymore.
Okay. What do they do?
Still on DRAM. Just wait. That's up on top of it. Oh, VGA.
So what Andrew is actually looking at is there are indicator lights on the motherboard that basically
CPU
tell
defense.
you what's going on when it's trying to figure out kind of what process it is. That's also really good for troubleshooting.
Yep.
Basically, these take a very long time when they first start up because what it's doing is it's trying to figure out what kind of hardware is actually inside of the system and kind of what kind of kernels and things to that effect to actually more or less.
What speed to
forth.
run things at, what voltage to run things at.
Yep.
If your RAM's on the QVL. I don't think it actually checks for that, but it supposedly will work better if it is. Back on VGA. Boot.
And we have a boot. There we go. That's awesome. All right. So again, this is a kind of a different live stream for us, as this does not look like a computer right now. It's just
The fan's really blowing.
it's just a box.
Yeah.
But we're going to go ahead and off camera. We're going to transfer this into the stream computer, and you guys can see the performance of this on Tuesday, when hopefully we have everything lined up. And
I'm sure we'll
working
be
and-
posting more pictures on Facebook.
Yep, we will
Probably some-
most definitely be
Some
posting.
Cinebench scores, probably.
Yeah, some very high end little
Because we
braggy
can.
brag about.
Flex.
Yeah, a little flex. So anyway, guys, if you want to follow us on Facebook and get notified about when the next live streams are, go ahead and click that follow button. If you're also on Facebook and want to join a absolutely phenomenal group of folks, you can go down to the bottom left-hand corner of the screen. As long as you're on our Facebook page, there's a little groups tab. You can then click the Top Flight Crew and request an invite to that. There's now over 1,000 individuals there that basically daily post memes, troubleshooting, talking about some new hardware, talking about their builds, etc. and etc.
Yep.
There's also a buy-sell group linked to that group, so if you want to be a part of that, do the process that I just said, and then there will be another group that appears once you're in that group of a Top Flight buy-sell group. If you're interested in a system that is Threadripper oriented or any other one of our wonderful custom-built systems, you can check us out at topflightpc.com. Got it right this time.
Yep.
Do Top Flight computers too, but it'll
Agreed
just link
to
you to
that.
topflightpc.com. And go ahead and click on the build that you would like the most. Scroll down to the bottom of that page and there's a contact form, and we can match something along those lines with then the custom little twist that we add to your system, depending on what softwares and things that you guys use for that.
Yep. All right.
Did I miss anything?
No, I mean that's pretty much it.
Perfect. So we will see you next
Next
week.
time.
Bye-bye.